Championship. A competition between teams to determine who is the best of them all. In only 10 days, 16 teams representing yeshiva high schools from across North America will arrive in Memphis. They come as participants, but only one will leave as a national champion. Will the boys from Hafter, who seek back-to-back championships, once again reign supreme? Or will the trophy leave the halls of Lawrence and find its way to the streets of Woodmere, where the DRS Wildcats look for their first championship and their debut appearance at Cooper? Will the trophy find its way back to its home on the West Coast as EULA seeks its fourth national championship? Or might this be the year when the boys from South Beach overcome that Friday hurdle and are recognized as one of the premier teams in the land? Maybe the title will find its new home in our nation's capital, and maybe even the title will stay right here in Memphis, Tennessee. So many questions, so much excitement, and it all begins here. 16 teams, 10 states, 4 days, 1 national championship. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, because the 2015 Cooper Yeshiva High School National Invitational Tournament Seating Show begins now.
Charging the lane, up over defenders, it's in! What an amazing shot!
Players, coaches, and fans from across North America and around the world, welcome to the 2015 Cooper Yeshiva High School National Invitational Tournament Seating Show. The stage is set, and without any further delay, the 16 seed in the 2015 Cooper Invitational, the Atlanta Jewish Academy Jaguars from Atlanta, Georgia. Coach Vince Lewis replaces the legendary Rick Marcelino as head coach of the AJA Jaguars, one of the most beloved teams in the Cooper Invitational. Atlanta is the only team, aside from the hometown Cooper Max, to have participated in the Invitational since its inaugural event in 2007. The Jaguars have finished as runner-ups and semifinalists in years past, but it has been some time since the Jaguars were relevant in Tier 1. Coach Lewis brings a very young team to Memphis, with half the team being underclassmen, 7 of his 11 players playing varsity for the very first time. But the Jaguars return the senior big man 6'3" Jacob Adler, who will share the post with his twin tower, 6'3" Nadav Yeglin. What the Jaguars lack in experience, they more than make up for in quickness. This team is flat out fast. It can really get up and down the court. The Jaguars have extremely strong team chemistry this year and a commitment to improving on last year's finish. The 15 seed, from Southfield, Michigan, the Akiva Hebrew Day School Pioneers. Making their debut appearance in the Cooper Invitational, the Pioneers enter Cooper 9 coming off a Tier 4 championship in the 2014 Red Sarachek tournament. But the team has had to retool this year, losing 4 of its top players, and are filling those spots with talented but unexperienced juniors. Coach Kazandra will look to employ the same style of play that led to Akiva's success last year, and will look to make a name for themselves with a strong showing in Memphis. The number 14 seed, the Fasman Yeshiva High School from Skokie, Illinois. Shyman and Shyman bring to Memphis another competitive Tier 2 squad to Cooper 9. 7 juniors are back for their senior campaigns, all of whom have vastly improved over the summer. While not particularly flashy, fundamentally the Yeshiva is sound on the defensive and offensive ends of the court, and have a variety of options in the starting lineup and coming off the bench. A key to the Yeshiva's success will be the play of 6'4" big man Michael Eunice, whose length and size should cause opponents a host of trouble in the middle. The Yeshiva is motivated to make a deep and successful run in Memphis. The 13 seed in the 2015 Cooper Yeshiva High School National Invitational Tournament from Toronto, Canada, Yeshivat B'nai Akiva Or Chaim Knights. Bringing an international flavor to Cooper 9 are the Knights of Yeshivat B'nai Akiva Or Chaim. The Knights lost in the 2010 Tier 2 championship when they last competed and are chomping at the bit for another chance. This year's Knights are young, starting 4 juniors and having only 2 seniors on the roster. But the Knights have the biggest man in the entire tournament with 6'8" Yaakov Ben Dayan. Ben Dayan is a standout in Toronto's Rep Basketball League, which is similar to the American AAU program. While nothing excites the Canadian fans more than when Ben Dayan throws it down, which he does on a regular basis, he's also able to step out and hit a consistent mid-range jump shot. But the Knights are far from a one-man show. 5'6" Sammy Newman is a solid pass-first point guard, and 5'10" Armando Abital can score inside and outside. Coach Blackwood looks to make a statement at Cooper 9 and make some serious noise in the Tier 2 bracket. The number 12 seed from West Hills, California, the De Toledo High School Jaguars. Formerly the new community Jewish high school, De Toledo High School comes to Memphis again with coach Matti Meisels and a highly exciting style of play. The Jaguars return a bunch of strong players from their stellar 2014 team. Led once again by big men Ezra Emanuel and Michael Stavinsky, the Jags will defend the post and clog passing lanes with their length and size. And Itai Bernstein and Jason Offman will look to stretch the court from the perimeter. But the Jaguars are young and lack the experience off the bench that will likely keep them out of the Tier 1 bracket. Instead, they look to vindicate their Tier 2 overtime championship loss in 2012 with a 2015 Tier 2 title. The number 11 seed from Great Neck, New York, the North Shore Hebrew Academy Stars. One of the country's perennial programs and Cooper Invitational's 3-time back-to-back national runner-up finishers come to Memphis this year with a very different look. After an unprecedented run of success, the Stars were due for rebuilding year, and this may be that year. But never underestimate the heart of a champion. North Shore is athletic and quick and will look to maximize their athleticism by pressuring the ball and forcing turnovers, leading to easy scores on the other end of the basket. North Shore is certainly a dark horse in the Tier 2 bracket. The number 10 seed from Miami, Florida, Sheikh Hillel Community Day School Lions. Sheikh Hillel returns to Memphis after a one-year hiatus with a new coach in Craig Mankoff and a new Lion mascot. But make no mistake, the boys from Miami will bring the same size and tough play for which they have become known for decades. Hillel returns 3 of its top 4 players from last year's 12-9 squad, and they expect a breakout year from 6'2" forward Jackie Kleinbaum. Hillel feels strongly that they can compete and win against the best nationally in Jewish basketball, and will use the national stage at Cooper Invitational 9 to prove that out. The number 9 seed in the 2015 Cooper Invitational from Deerfield, Illinois, the Chicagoland Jewish High School Tigers. After losing two-time Jewish Hoops America National Player of the Year Josh Newlander, one could only expect a slide from the Tigers as they retool for the future. But despite the loss of Newlander, coach Larry Becker believes the overall caliber of the team this year may even be better than last year's Tier 2 runner-ups. With great depth, athleticism, and the ability to play up-tempo, the Tigers can compete with anyone on any given night. If Chicagoland gets the right matchup and gets hot, this could be an exciting 4 days for the boys from Deerfield. Look for the Tigers to knock on the Tier 1 door or make a deep Tier 2 run. The number 8 seed, the Yeshiva High School Storm from Boca Raton, Florida. Formerly Weinbaum, the Yeshiva High School Storm is a team destined to turn some heads in this year's tournament. This year's team is very balanced overall and can score, defend, and rebound at multiple positions. The team is senior-laden, with 4 of those 7 having garnered substantial varsity experience last year. The Storm recently signed new head coach Brian White, who previously coached at St. Thomas Aquinas High, and they welcome back blue-chip prospect Ethan Lasco, who transferred from North Broward Preparatory High School. With 6 newcomers to the team, the Storm hope they now have the depth and talent they need to succeed at Cooper 9. The Storm is one of those teams that sits on the bubble and will be an interesting watch as they compete in Memphis. Moving forward in the Tier 1 bracket, the number 7 seed, the Yeshiva of Flatbush, Joel Braverman High School Falcons from Brooklyn, New York. The Falcons will be an interesting team to watch. They are unquestionably as talented as any team in the entire tournament, but they are also young, small, and inexperienced. Add to that lack of experience and size a new head coach with a new system, and the questions mount as to how far this team can really go under the scrutiny of a national audience so early in the season. But if Coach Gura can get his boys playing in his system, beware, as this team will be a tough out. Led by senior point guard Elliot Beta and juniors A.B. Razow and Kevin Haddad, the Falcons will no doubt run and gun on the offensive side and suffocate teams with pressure on the defensive side. Though perhaps a year away from real national dominance, the Falcons will no doubt be a fun team to watch and possibly a favorite to bring home their second Tier 2 title. The number 6 seed in the Cooper Invitational, hometown favorites, the Cooper Yeshiva High School Macabees from Memphis, Tennessee. The hometown favorite Cooper Macs kick off what could be their most successful season in history. Led by new head coach James Noakes, and with a revamped style and attitude, the boys from Memphis are no longer content being spectators for the Tier 1 heavyweight battles. This year, they expect to play in them. And why shouldn't they? Cooper may have the most dynamic 1-2 punch in the entire field. 6'5" high flyer Caleb Malobsky has added a low post game to his mid-range shooting and has been posterizing defenders on the break with high-flying dunks. And with the transfer this summer to Cooper of Northwest Yeshiva High School's phenom guard Jeffrey Owen, a 6'2" combo guard who is lightning quick with unlimited range, Cooper has reason for its swag. Add to Malobsky and Owen the high IQ play of star guard J.J. Kampf, the can't-miss shooting of Mark Fertel, and the physical play of the big man in the middle, 6'4" Aaron Braverman. And this is a team that could very well be the Cinderella of the 2015 Cooper Ball. With the 5th seed, from Rockville, Maryland, the Charles E. Smith Jewish Day School Lions. Coach McLeod returns to Memphis looking to prove the old adage, 3rd time's the charm, and to finally bring the title to Maryland for the first time in the event's history. JDS has finished in the top 2 of its highly competitive Maryland League each of the last 3 years, and this year's team might be Coach McLeod's most talented yet. Consensus preseason Jewish Hoops All-American 6'2" Brian Knapp leads the Lions. Knapp is a versatile 2 and has received various looks from Division I college basketball teams such as Lafayette and Colgate. Knapp shares the backcourt with sharpshooter Danny Kuhnreich, the team's second leading scorer, who averaged over 18 points per game last year, and has recently been named the best long-range shooter in Montgomery County. But the Lions are not limited to talented guard play. They have real size, with 5 players standing over 6'2" and 2 over 6'4". The Lions are strong and experienced, and it should not shock anyone to see them playing Sunday for the national title. This year's number 4 seed, from Miami, Florida, the Rabbi Alexander S. Gross Hebrew Academy Warriors. In both 2013 and 2014, as 8 seeds in the Cooper Invitational, the Hebrew Academy was but 1 shot away from upsetting the number 1 seed and advancing to the Tier 1 semifinals. Always a dangerous team, but having fallen just short of greatness. But this year, things might be different, and this is a warning to everyone. Keep an eye on the Warriors. The Warriors are led by one of the most dynamic Jewish players in the country, the 6'1" silky smooth guard, Ben Tal. Tal, a first-year transfer to the academy, just came off a Florida Maccabees games appearance wherein he averaged 35 points per game and a summer of serious AAU ball. Add to Tal Salomon Rosenthal, another AAU standout, and the formidable 6'5" Jack Esformis, and this team is flat out dangerous. Expect this to be the year that the Warriors get over the Friday hump and land prime time in the Tier 1 semis. The number 3 seed in the 2015 Invitational, 2014 Cooper Invitational National Champions, the Hebrew Academy of the 5 Towns and Rockaway, Hafter Hawks. Defending Cooper Invitational champions, the Hafter Hawks return the core of last year's dominating team. In 2014 and 2015, the Hawks came within seconds of achieving the elusive Triple Crown of Yeshiva basketball: the Cooper Invitational title, the Metropolitan Yeshiva League Championship, and YU's Red Sarachek title. After achieving the first 2, Hafter fell to Frisch in triple overtime in the championship game of Sarachek. But with Sammy Mandel, Max Rosner, and the ever-dominating A.B. Perlow back again, this is no team to count out. Hafter's slide in the seedings is likely attributable to the injury suffered by star guard Sammy Mandel. Will he play? Can he play? That remains to be seen. But in any case, Hafter is a true juggernaut and will certainly be in the hunt for a repeat title at Cooper 9 and the first title on its second quest for Yeshiva basketball's Triple Crown. With the number 2 seed in the 2015 Invitational, 3-time champions from Los Angeles, California, Yeshiva University of Los Angeles, EULA Panthers. Coach Eli Hammy and the EULA Panthers returned to Memphis looking to add a 4th Cooper Invitational title to the program's already storied history. EULA, a perennial Jewish Hoops America top 5 team, comes into this season seeking to reclaim its spot as national champions. The Panthers are highly competitive and exceedingly well balanced. The rotation is broad with guards and big men that know how to play and know how to play together. Their strength is in their versatility and ability to score in so many different ways. It will be awfully hard for opposing coaches to game plan. And for any team that has ever played EULA, the defense is always impeccable. With back-to-back titles in 2010 and 2011, EULA fell short of its second repeat effort at Cooper's 2014 Invitational. But EULA has to be a favorite this year, and look for EULA to go deep into this tournament. Which brings us to the number 1 overall seed in the 2015 Cooper Yeshiva High School National Invitational Tournament. From Woodmere, New York, the Davis Renov Stoller DRS Wildcats. The DRS Wildcats return the core of what was one of the most elite teams in the country last year. The 2014-15 squad won the championship at the Satrin Memorial Tournament, reached the Final Four of YU Sarachek, and finished runner-up to Hafter in the New York Metropolitan Yeshiva League Championship. First-year coach Avram Stein brings to Memphis for its debut in the Cooper Invitational a DRS team that is loaded with talent, and experienced talent at that. The team has played together from JV to varsity, and now begins their final campaign looking to make this a most special season. DRS is led by floor leaders 5'9" guard Yoav Deutsch and 6'6" center Judah Levine. But the heart of the Wildcats sits in preseason National Player of the Year candidate 6'4" Gabriel Leifer. With talent at every position and great depth off the bench, the Wildcats look for nothing less than to take the title down Central Avenue and into the streets of Woodmere. And with the seedings now released, log on to the Cooper Invitational website at www.cooperinvitational.com to view the first day's game schedule. Also, make sure to complete your bracket for the 2015 Cooper Invitational Bracket Challenge. Thank you to all the participating teams, faculty, administrators, and parents. We look forward to seeing you all in Memphis next week.